Welcome, everyone. Today we are going to discuss on the topic. It's a very important topic, which is on motivation. It plays a very important, crucial role in our life. And today, let's understand why motivation matters. Human behavior is shaped by both internal and external factors. Internally, thoughts, emotions, and biology influences actions. Externally, experiences, upbringing, and environmental plays a important role. Some believe physical traits determine behavior, but in reality, experiences and surroundings have a great impact. So, in the workplace, behavior is influenced by personality, perceptions, and work environment. Since everyone sees things differently, reactions vary. Learning also shapes behavior. Some knowledge is gained through instruction, and while other skills develop through experience. So now we are going to attitudes. It's a positive or negative attitudes the people are having, and affect that attitude affect the work performance and personality influences interactions. And while some traits are inherited, many behaviors can be learned and managed. So understanding these influences help managers create a better workplace. In the next chapter, like in this motivation, and next chapter is on unit 8, that is the theories of motivation we're going to learn. And yeah, we are going to learn in depth what is motivation and what are the theories which comes under the motivation. Uh, Next point here is influence of perception on work behavior. So perception and its influence factors. Like perceptions is how we take in, organize, and interpret information from our surroundings to make sense of the world. It involves our senses, seeing, hearing, feeling, and thinking, and affects our decisions and actions. The accuracy of perception plays a key role in making good choices. Factors influencing perceptions include here characteristics of the perceiver, personal needs, past experiences, values, and personality affect perception. And a person with strong ego needs may see others as support, which can lead to biases perceptions. And past experiences shapes attitudes. For example, if an employee is denied a promised promotion, they may distract the manager. Characteristics of the perceiver. So appearance here comes under appearance, expressions, gender, and communication style influence how we see other people. And it influences on language, what choice and occupation also shapes our impressions. Characteristics of the situation. The environment and the context affect perception. For example, meeting someone while a respected person creates a positive impression, while meeting with someone disliked. So these are the factors which comes under the motivation and barriers to accurate perception. Perception is a complex process influenced by many factors. Since human thinking is not always objective, different factors can affect how we judge people and situations. These factors known as barriers to perceptual accuracy. So it can lead to incorrect perception. Removing or controlling these barriers can help us to see things more accurately. The common barriers include stereotyping, which means people tend to categorize other based on past experiences or common beliefs. For example, we see doctors, teachers, and judges as respectable, while we may view policemen with fear or drug addicts negatively. Then barrier, one of the barrier is halo effect. Judging a person or situation based on just one's characteristics. For example, a manager who values technical skills may favor employees with those skills while overlooking other qualities. And the next barrier is selective perception. Pays attention only on certain aspects of situation, often based on personal interest or biases. For example, a production manager sees a company issue from a production perspective, while a marketing manager sees it from a marketing viewpoint. Then the next barrier is attribution. Attribution means here explaining success or failure based on personal biases. For example, we credit our own success to intelligence but blame others' failures on external factors. And the next barrier is the distortion, which means ignoring or avoiding reality when it does not match our expectations, beliefs, or comfort zone. Here, one example I can give: refusing to acknowledge a difficult truth about a situation. So, good manners understand these that perception influences behavior. They recognize these barriers and make their decisions based on clear understanding of the situation from all viewpoints. Then we are moving to influence of learning on work behavior. So learning and its characteristics. So learning is a process that leads to lasting change in knowledge or behavior through practice or experience. People gain new skills, knowledge, values, and beliefs either from their own experiences, other experiences, or research. So learning helps individuals grow in wisdom and knowledge. But not all learning leads to visible behavior changes. To apply learning effectively, motivation and commitment are needed to use new skills in real life situations, especially at work. The characteristics of learning. The characteristics of learning includes learning brings change. People process new information which leads to new knowledge and changes their thinking patterns. And change must be a permanent. Learning results in long-term changes in behavior and understanding. And it's a behavioral impact. True learning leads to changes in attitudes, values, and behaviors. And based on experiences, like learning comes from direct or indirect experiences, observations, or reading books. So for learning to be effective, individual must actively apply what they have learned to their work and daily life. So coming to the theories of learning, here we are we are knowing about the operant conditioning. So here different theories explain how learning happens. The three main theories are operant conditioning, cognitive learning, and social learning. So here coming to the operant conditioning, this theory states that learning occurs as a result of behavior and its consequences. So employee works extra hours to earn more salary or to avoid being fired. So if management rewards employees with higher pay for extra work, employees will continue working longer hours. So this process of rewarding behavior is called reinforcement, which increases the changes of repeating that behavior. For example, a company gives bonuses to the employees with high performance. This encourages employees to keep performing well in their work. So here, operant conditioning is widely used in workplaces to shape employees' behavior and improve management effectively. So next we are going to the cognitive theories of learning. This theory focuses on how thinking and perception influence learning. These theories explain the relationship between environmental cues and expectations. So Edward Tolman has a well-known cognitive theorist conducted an experiment with rats. He found that rats could learn to navigate maze by recognizing cues that led them to food. This process is called stimulus learning. So, meaning learning happens by associating cues with expected outcomes. So, for example, in the workplace, employees expect higher salaries, promotions, and better work conditions. They learn that by working efficiently, they can achieve these goals. Their productivity is influenced by the expectations set by the environment. So, cognitive learning is important in understanding how employees' thoughts and perceptions shape their behavior at work. So till now we have covered two theories, and now we are moving to the third theory, that is social learning theory. Social learning theory happens when people learn through observations, direct experiences, and indirect experiences. This theory combines behavioral, cognitive, and environmental factors, showing that learning occurs through interactions between people, their behavior, and their surroundings. So people learn from role models like parents, teachers, peers, leaders, and managers. The influence of these models play a key role of learning. So there are four key processes in social learning. So first one is the attention process. From this, people learn by observing key traits in role models, such as leadership skills and decision making. And the second one is the retention process, which means the impact of the role model depends on how well an individual remembers their actions. And the next one is the motor reproduction process, which means people may imitate their role models. For example, children copying their parents or teachers. So reinforcement process, next one. So this means people are more likely to repeat behavior if they see that this behavior leads to rewards. So one example I want to give here. Managers can shape employees' behavior through reinforcement. If an employee who is always late improves by coming in earlier, even by a small margin, the managers can reward that progress to encourage that punctuality. So social learning helps organization influence employees' behavior through a role modeling and positive reinforcement. So now we are going to the next point, that is attitude. So attitudes are influenced on work behavior. So an attitude is a an attitude is a mental state shaped by experience, influencing how a person depends on people, situations, and objects. So it involves beliefs, feelings, and action towards different things or people. For managers, understanding attitude is important for creating a positive work environment. So key points about attitudes are: attitude reflect feeling and belief. They shape how we react to the world around us, and attitudes are long lasting unless a change happens. For example, an employee's attitude may improve after a shift change. Attitudes are a core part of an individual identity, and everyone has attitude no matter their role or intelligence. So attitude can have a big impact on the workplace dynamics. Employees with positive attitudes can boost team morale, while those with negative attitudes might bring down the mood. However, this attitude can be more complicated than just positive or negative, and they can affect both personal performance and the performance of the colleagues. So understanding these dynamics help managers manage team better. Then coming to the components of attitudes are made up of three main components. That is affective component, cognitive component, and behavioral component. Component involves feelings, emotions, or moods about something, such as liking and disliking a person, event, or an object. And cognitive component refers to belief, opinions, knowledge, or information that a person holds about something. And behavioral component represents the tendency to act in a certain way based on the evaluation of the object, person, or a situation. So these components work together, not separately, to form an attitude. For example, an employee's attitude towards their supervisor can involve cognition, affect, and behavior. Here, cognition means my supervisor is unfair, and affect here is I don't like my supervisor, and behavior of the employee is like I'm going to request a transfer. So, formation of how the formation of attitude occurs. We are going to learn. Attitudes are learned, not inherited, and come from various sources like direct experience, classical conditioning, family and peer groups, neighborhood, economic status, and occupation. So, direct experience, how the formation of attitude occurs by direct experience means attitude can form from personal experience. For example, if an employee have been promoted quickly before, they will likely expect the same outcome for themselves. So classical conditioning, how it forms the attitude. This principle explains how association are formed between objects and emotional reactions. Advertisers use this by linking products with positive feeling to influence consumer attitudes. And family and peers, how they influence the attitude. We often adopt attitudes by imitating parents and peers. For instance, if parents have positive attitude towards education, children are likely to develop similar attitudes even without direct experience. From the neighborhood also attitudes are formed, like the community and the environment you live in can shape your attitudes. Neighborhood norms and values like culture or religious differences influence what you accept or reject. And the economic status and occupation that also influences the attitude. So our social and economic positions shape our view. For instance, people in management positions might have different attitude towards unions compared to workers. And the next, which forms the attitude, is mass communication. So media sources like TV, radio, newspapers influences attitude by presenting information in ways that caters to the audience, existing beliefs and values. The audience in turn selects media that align with their attitudes. The understanding these components and formation factors helps managers shape and understand employees' attitude and which can impact workplace behavior. And the next point, we are going to learn about functions or classification of attitudes. Attitudes can have a positive or negative impact on behavior. Often individuals are not fully aware of how their attitude influences their actions. Here are different types of attitudes we are going to learn. That is, positive attitudes means individual with positive attitudes such as contentment and friendliness can create a positive atmosphere around them, and they tend to be active, productive, and work towards improving the mood of their co-workers. And positive attitude can lead to increase teamwork and overall workplace harmony. And coming to the negative attitude, individuals with these attitudes, such as discontentment or boredom, may display behavior that reduce work efficacy and morale. And these attitudes can negatively affect the productivity of those around them, lowering team morale and potentially causing conflicts among them. And the attitudes and behavior interaction, how it occurs. So interaction between the attitude and behavior depend upon the type of attitude and the individual holds. Understanding the different types of attitudes can help predict how someone's behavior will be influenced in various situations. So with an example, I want to explain. So for managers, recognizing the attitude of employees is a key to predicting and managing their behavior at workplace. So Daniel Cards have four attitude classification or functions he described. So first one is the utilitarian functions. This type of attitude is shaped by an individual's self-interest or the community well-being. For example, individuals like employees are likely to have a positive attitude towards receiving a raise because it benefits the financially, which can improve their behavior and productivity. The next point is here knowledge function. People often form attitude based on logic and reasoning. If the organization clearly explains why certain tasks or strategies are being pursued, employees are more likely to develop a positive attitude towards those tasks. However, if the reasoning is unclear or illogical, negative attitudes may form in between them. And the ego defense mechanisms. Like people may use attitude to protect their ego, especially when faced with criticisms. For example, if a manager criticizes an employee without uh, employee's work, without offering solutions, the employee might form a negative attitude and dismiss the manager to protect their self-esteem. Managers should offer constructive feedback and solutions to avoid triggering negative attitudes among the employees. And the value expressive functions, which means people develop attitude based on their core values and belief system. Managers should be aware of what values are important to their employees and align the organization goals with those values. Understanding these values can help inspire passion and dedication in the workplace situations. And now we are moving to the changing of attitudes, which means changing of attitudes, especially unfavorable ones, is important for the organization's success. But it is a challenging task because attitude tend to be endured. Some key obstacles include acceleration of commitment, cognitive dissonance, and insufficient information. And to change these attitudes, though one must be aware of the attitude and their impact and think for themselves and challenging negative thought patterns and realize that the few benefits in holding one negative attitude and keep an open mind to view ideas and perspectives is very important and engage in continuous education to broaden the understanding and build a positive self-esteem to improve the workload and stay away from negative influence that might reinforce bad attitudes. So one should uh, uh, one should be aware of all these things to change their attitude and belief system. So changing attitude, whether for yourself or for others, requires a thoughtful, patient approach and a willingness to promote positive thinking and behavior. So changing of attitudes for employee, to change employees' attitudes, especially negative ones, manager can take the following actions like giving feedback about negative attitudes and ensure proper working conditions, like make sure employees have the resources and the conducive environment to do their job effectively, and comfortable workplace and the necessary tools can improve their attitude. And be a positive role model. So, for example, lead by example. When managers demonstrate positive attitude and behavior, employees are more likely to adopt similar attitudes. And making employee aware of new advancement and benefits. So induce moderate level of fear, like while so organizational attitude and behavior. Next point. So how it is leading. Attitudes can be infectious and influence attitudes to influence behavior, and consistency is a key role. And tailor strategies for different individuals can be managed. And by fostering a positive attitude and behavior and ensuring consistency in approach, organizations can improve employees' performance, satisfaction, and overall productivity. So, influence of personality on work behavior, how the personality is influencing the work behavior. Now we are going to learn. So, personality and its determinants. First, we have to know about this point. So, personality refers to the unique set of traits, behaviors, and characteristics that define how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. Different terms like good, honest, strong, and polite are used to describe various aspects of person's personality. The term personality itself is derived from the Latin word persona, means to speak through, which indicates how individuals express themselves. So, the definition of personality, Gordon Allport describes personality as a dynamic organization within the individual of those psychological systems that determines his unique adjustment to his environment. In simple terms, it means like it's how a person adapts to and reacts to their surroundings. So next point is the determinants of personality. Here, several factors influence the development of our personality. They include like heredity, culture, family background, and life experience of the individual. And the theories of personality. Now we are going to learn about the Rogers self theory. There are several theories of personality, such as psychoanalytical theory, type theories, trait theories, and social learning theories. One of the key theories is Rogers self theory of personality, which focuses on the concept of the self. The self plays a crucial role in shaping the behavior and perceptions and making this theory essential, especially important for understanding individual differences in behavior in various contexts, including organizational behavior. So here, Rogers' self-theory of personality explains the founder is Rogers itself. It lies in self-concept, which he defined as organized, consistent set of perceptions about the I, which means the person itself, and me means here the social self. This self concept is crucial for understanding how individuals perceive themselves and how they relate to others. So here self concept is first is the personal self. This is psychological side of the self, includes perceptions, attitudes, and motivations that influence an individual behavior. It's shaped by internal processes. And the next one is the social self, which means this is a way a person believes other perceive them, often influencing their interaction with the external world. So Rogers believes that an individual behavior is influenced by how they view themselves, the self concept, and importantly, the ideal self. The ideal self represents the type of person the individual aspires to be. The ideal self is here, this is a vision of the person an individual wishes to become. According to Roger, the closer the real self aligns with the ideal self, the more fulfilled and happy the individual is. The key concepts of Rogers' self theory is self concept versus reality, self as an active creator, and self actualization. Here, self actualization means the idea that people strive for personal growth and to become the best version of themselves. If the gap between the real self and the ideal self is narrow, the people are likely to be more satisfied and motivated. So the implication for organizational behavior, here comes the points, self-concept in the workplace. So understanding the self-concept of employees can help managers tailor their leadership and motivational strategies to fit individual personalities. For example, Some employees may respond better to monetary rewards and an authoritarian leadership style, while others may require more autonomy and positive reinforcement to feel motivated. And the application of motivation and leadership are, if an employee self-concept is strong and positive, they might perform well under a more participatory leadership style, while those with a weak self-concept may require more guidance and structured authority. And personality and job performance. So understanding personality is also crucial for producing job performance. Various personality traits can indicate an individual's sustainability for certain roles, particularly consciousness, which is often linked to higher performance in the workplace. So personality profiles, which means organization uses personality tests to match employees to positions that align with their traits, ensuring better productivity and job satisfaction. So now I'm going to conclude this unit, that is motivation, which is a seventh unit, and how the Rogers self theory helps to highlight our personality shaped by the self concept and ideal self, plays a central role in determining behavior, attitudes, and job performance. By understanding these self-concept factors, manager can better understand their employees, offering a tailored approach to leadership and motivation to enhance organizational performance. Okay, students. So now I have completed unit 7, that is motivation. Now I am moving to the next unit, that is the theory of motivation. I'm going to share the PPT with you. So here, every action, coming to the introduction part, every action a person takes is driven by needs or desires. When a need is met, it creates discomfort, punishing the person to take action to find satisfaction. The reason behind a need is called a stimulus. In the workplace, a manager role is to create the right stimulus that encourages employees to take action, stay motivated, and perform their task effectively. This process must be continued to ensure consistent effort and productivity. So here, motivation plays a key role in how employees behave at work. It is a complex process influences by many factors within the organization. Understanding motivation helps managers improve employees' performance, job satisfaction, and overall workplace success. So keeping employees motivated has become more challenging as business change job roles, reduce staff, and simplify management structures. Organizations must recognize employees' needs, abilities, and skills while boosting their self-esteem and desire to succeed. When companies understand and support these factors, they improve efficiency, encourage growth, and drive success. So in this unit, we'll explore various aspects of motivation, including its nature, key concepts, self-esteem, intrinsic behavior, and the need for achievement. Understanding these factors will help increase a positive and production work environment. So coming to the nature of work motivation. So motivation plays a crucial role in achieving a great accomplishment. A strong example is construction of the Brooklyn Bridge, which was made possible by the determinants and motivation of John Rebling. So here, motivation is a process, either internal or external, that sparks enthusiasm and persistent in pursuing a goal. It becomes from the it comes from the word motive, which refers to an inner drive that energizes, activates, and directs behavior towards a specific objective. Motivation begins with a physical or psychological need that triggers an action aimed at achieving a desired outcome. So here, work motivation refers to the forces, both internal and external, that drives individuals to engage in work-related behavior and shaping its direction, intensity, and duration. In the field of industrial and organizational psychology, understanding what motives employees is essential, and organization must create work environment that encourage productive behavior and minimizes unproductive ones, as motivation directly impacts workplace performance and overall success. So here are five key points, concepts of work motivation. So for an organization to be effective, it must address the motivational challenges that drive employees to be productive. A fundamental principle states that an individual performance depends on both ability and motivation. And it is also expressed as performance is equal to F into ability into motivation. So here ability means ability refers to an individual's skill and competence in completing a given task. However, ability alone is not enough. Motivation, behavior, and surroundings work environment also play a crucial role in performance. And organizations succeed when employees have both the capabilities and the desire to accomplish their task. So here we have the points like behavior and work motivation, which means every organization expects its employees to behave professionally, follow workplace rules, and maintain ethical standards. Motivation significantly influences behavior and shaping how employees conduct themselves at work. And performance. Performance is a result of an employee ability, motivation, and work environment. Organization can boost performance by creating motivational incentives such as fair compensation, rewards, and career growth opportunities. And the third point here is the ability of the employee. While ability is essential for completing the task, and motivation determines how effectively employees use their skills. Even the most skilled employee may underperform without proper motivation. So the next point is situation. Situation means the work environment, including company culture, leadership, and available resources, and influences motivation. A supportive and engaging workplace fosters higher motivation and productivity. And the last point is here motivation. So already we know motivation is a driving force behind employees' behavior and performance. And the organizations must continually find ways to inspire employees, ensuring that their effort align with the company goals. Next, coming to the point, role of self-esteem in motivation. So self-esteem refers to an individual perception of their own worth. It includes both personal beliefs about oneself. For example, I am capable or I am unworthy. And emotional reactions as pride, confidence, and shame. According to the Smith and Mackey in 2007, he described like self-esteem reflects how positively or negatively a person evaluates themselves. And individuals with high self-esteem tend to be confident in their values and beliefs, allowing them to stand firm in their decisions, they trust their instincts, feel less anxious about the future, and engage in various activities with enthusiasm. Healthy self esteem enhances motivation, resilience, and overall well being of the individual. However, excessive self esteem can lead to narcissism, where an individual becomes overly self centered and constantly seeks admiration. And while confidence is beneficial, and extreme focus on oneself may lead to arrogance and a lack of consideration for others. So, in the workplace, fostering healthy self esteem among employees can improve motivation, job satisfaction, and overall performance. So, organizations can encourage self worth and recognition, create an environment where employees feel valued and empowered to excel. So, Maslow hierarchy of needs and its impact on motivation. Now, we are going to learn about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. So Abraham Maslow is widely recognized for his theory hierarchy of needs, which explains that human needs follow a structured progression represented as a pyramid. This model suggests that lower level needs must be met before individual can pursue higher level aspirations. And once basic needs are fulfilled, individual seeks to satisfy higher order needs, ultimately leading to self-actualization, which significantly influences human behavior and motivation. So he described physiological needs, safety and security needs, social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. So here physiological needs include basic necessities such as food, water, shelter, and air, which are essential for survival. And safety and security needs means once psychological needs are met, people seek safety, which includes financial stability, job security, and protection from harm. A steady income and safe working environment fulfill this need. And he explained also about social needs. Human naturally seeks relationships and a sense of belongingness. Friendship, family connections, and workplace interactions contribute to fulfill these needs, helping individuals feel valued and included. And Maslow has also explained about the self-esteem needs, which means the need for respect, recognition, and self-worth. When individuals receive appreciation and positive feedback from their work, their self-confidence and motivation increases. And the last need is the self-actualization. So this is the highest level in the hierarchy. Self-actualization refers to personal growth, achievement, and reaching one's full potential. For instance, an entry-level employee may aspire to become an executive, driving motivation and persistence. So the connection between self-esteem and motivation is self-esteem and motivation are deeply interlinked. A strong sense of self-worth boosts confidence, making individuals feel capable of achieving their goals. When self-esteem is low, motivation is declines. Motivation also declines, leading to self-doubt and reduced productivity. For example, an employee performing repetitive clerical tasks may feel undervalued and demotivated. However, by reinforcing positive self esteem and recognizing personal skills, the same employee may develop a renewed sense of motivation to seek growth and opportunities. With individuals believe, when individuals believe in their potential, they become more driven, goal oriented, and proactive in pursuing success. Intrinsic motivation and its role in the workplace. How the intrinsic motivation is playing a role in the workplace performance. So here motivation can come from either external or internal sources. When motivation is driven from external factors like reward or punishment, it is called extrinsic motivation. For example, working hard to receive a promotion, studying to earn a good grade, or going to work solely for a paycheck are all examples for extrinsic motivation. On the other hand, intrinsic motivation arises from within the person. It is a driven to engage in activities simply because they are enjoyable or personally fulfilling rather than because of external reward. For instance, someone might play a sport because they love the game or solve puzzles because they enjoy the challenges without expecting a tangible reward. The importance of intrinsic motivation in the workplace. What is the importance of intrinsic motivation while working in the industries or organizations? So, intrinsic motivation plays a key role in the employee's engagement and job satisfaction. When employees are intrinsically motivated, they genuinely care about their work, strive for improvement, and feel fulfilled by the achievement. Unlike extrinsic motivation, which depends on rewards and recognition, intrinsic motivation comes from deep sense of person, satisfaction, and purpose. So, Ken Thomas' model of intrinsic motivation, he outlined four key components that drive intrinsic motivation in employees, that is choice, competence, meaningfulness, and progress. So here choice means the freedom to select tasks that align with personal interest and to complete them in a way that feels right. When employees have autonomy, they feel more invested in their work. And competence means the sense of accomplishment that comes from skillfully performing a task. When employees see themselves improving by becoming more engaged and motivated. And meaningfulness is the belief that work has a great purpose and contributes to something important. Employees who find their work meaningful are more likely to be passionate and dedicated. And the progress is a feeling that one is making steady advancement towards a goal. Seeing progress boosts enthusiasm and encourages continued effort. So, how intrinsic motivation enhances performance? Now we are going to know about this point. So, absorbed in their task, often dedicated extra time and effort to excel, managers can boost intrinsic motivation by giving employees more autonomy, recognizing their achievements, and ensuring their work has a clear purpose. When employees feel motivated from within, both job satisfaction and overall productivity increases. And need for achievement in work motivation. So it's a key factor in work motivation, influencing an individual aspiration, efforts, and persistence. When striving for excellence, when people know they are responsible for the task outcomes and are aware of risk involved, their motivation to achieve increases. Now, next we are moving to Mackland achievement motivation theory. It is developed by David Mackland in the 1960s. This theory explains that people's motivation is driven by three primary needs. That is need for achievement, need for power, need for affiliation. So here need for achievement includes motivated by personal accomplishment and excellence, prefer tasks where success is based on effort rather than luck, and avoid both high risk change of failure and low risk, that is lack of challenge task, and seek continuous feedback for performance improvement. And for example, for this need for achievement is entrepreneurs, competitive professionals, and skilled workers. And coming to the point, need for power includes desire to control or influence others, not necessarily motivated by reward, but by authority and influence. More competitive, assertive, and disciplined, and may feel frustrated when they lost control over situations. For example, for this need for power is managers, politicians, military leaders. The last point here is need for affiliation, which includes prioritize leaders, relationships and social connections over achievement or power, enjoy teamwork and maintaining good interpersonal bonds, and avoid conflicts, competition, and high risk situations, and thrive in cooperative environments where they feel valued. And for an example for this need for affiliation is customer service representatives, HR professionals, and social workers. And coming to the workplace implications of the theory, high achievement employees should be given challenging but realistic goals as easy or impossible tasks demotivate them. And power driven employees should be placed in leadership roles where they can exercise authority and responsibility. And affiliation motivated employees should work in team based environments where relationships and collaborations are key. By identifying the motivational drives of employees, managers can tailor work environments, incentives, and tasks to maximize motivation, performance, and job satisfaction. Thank you. By this, we have covered Unit 7 and Unit 8. So the next class you are having on 14th and 15th February. Okay. Thank you for patience listening. Yeah.